Hi everyone and welcome to another edition of Chef Mooney where we're celebrating St. Patrick's Day coming up. Now I said that I was going to get 5 recipes up there for St. Patrick's Day. This is recipe number 3. We're going to make some champ mashed potato. So it's a traditional Irish recipe. It's really nice. So we've got the stout and bacon pie, we've got the Irish stew. Now number 3, recipe number 3 is champ mashed potato. Let's get cooking and I'll show you how it's done. Okay, I'm going to use these Desiree potatoes. I'm going to use 900 grams. You can use any potatoes, I guess. You're just going to chop these potatoes into rough chunks. And we want to cook them till they're nice and soft. Try and keep these relatively the same size as you're cutting them so they cook evenly. Okay, so I'm just going to top them up with water. Add a good pinch of salt. And let's get them up to boil. Okay, so the potatoes are cooking. I'm going to cook up some sausages. I've got a pork sausage here, and it's got a little bit of herbs through there, just a little bit of flavour. And this is a really inexpensive meal as well. I'm also going to make up about a couple of cups of gravy. I'm just going to follow the instructions on the packet. You can do that. And just to give it that little bit of spiciness, for my pork sausages, I'm going to add a tablespoon of plum sauce, and I thought that might go quite well. So I won't show you how to make this up. It's pretty straightforward. You just follow the instructions on the packet. And the reason why I'm using a packet gravy and the sauce is because you can make it too at home, and you can find these ingredients quite easy in your supermarket. Okay, so while my sausages are on cooking, I just want to slice up some of this spring onion. Just 1 large onion, that's plenty. Okay, into my 1/4 cup measure, that's 1/4 cup or 2 ounces. I'm going to add half of heavy whipping cream, just a thick cream, and then just top it up with milk. Okay, and we're just going to pour this into our pan, and I want to reduce that down till it's a little bit thicker than what it is now. So we're going to get this on the stove. Just give it a bit of a mix around and we'll get this on the stove. Okay, the potatoes have been cooking now for about 35 minutes. You want to run your knife through there. They need to be really soft. Make sure that they are, so test a couple of them. We're going to drain those, and then what we're going to do is return them back to the pan just to dry out that moisture. Okay, so the potatoes have been draining. You want to put them back into the pot. And with the heat of the pot, that's going to drain or mop up any of the moisture left over from the potato. We're now going to turn that heat off. I'm just going to mash them up with the butter. Now here is my mixture, the cream and the milk, that I've reduced down slightly by half. It's nice and warm, and all I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour that in. Toss in your spring onions. Now we can add a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt, and just give it all a good mix around. Just incorporate all those beautiful flavours, and you'll find that the onion will be nice and soft, and you might get some crunchy pieces in there because we haven't actually cooked the onion off, but it's really nice and velvety. Okay, so I've made up a cup of gravy just with the standard recipe that's on the packet itself, and I'm going to add a good tablespoon of this plum sauce, and if you want to add more you can, and I just think it gives it that nice little sort of, I don't know, I'm looking at plum sauce going really nicely with these sausages. Let's have a little bit of a taste. Beautiful. Perfect. Alright guys, it's now time to serve our champ, and my sausages at the back there already cooked. Very simple, really inexpensive meal. I had a comment from one of my subscribers saying, oh, we used to use some of those recipes and as a student because they were low on cash and stuff. This is perfect. If you don't want to spend a whole heap of money, this is the recipe to do, and I guess that's why in Ireland we probably did use a lot of these recipes, because they were quite reasonably easy to make, and also they were quite cheap too. Alright guys, we're going to set this together now. We're going to put it all together, and we'll have a bit of a taste test. Okay, so let's cut into this sausage, a little bit of this champ on the top there, a little bit of this plum gravy. It's simple, it's easy, it's inexpensive. I think the whole thing cost me less than $10, probably about $8 by the time I put everything together. And I've got enough for 3 nights tea, so what's that, like $2 a night? $2.50, $3 a night. Thanks again for watching Chef Mooney. I hope you give that recipe a try, and look out for recipe number 4 coming to you before St. Patrick's Day. Until then, you take care.